everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I'm Tamara. We don't have too much going on. It's a Saturday for us. We're hanging out around the house this morning and afternoon. My mom is coming over and she's going to help me put up the curtains in the camper. Changing the curtains is something that I have been wanting to do for a long time. I just haven't found the right curtains, and I finally found some, so I'm so excited to get these up and get them changed. It definitely just made the whole feel of the camper totally different, and I absolutely love it. We are also going to make some ham and bean soup, and then we're going to make an apple cake for my mom for her birthday. But y'all come join us and let's get started.
I got this picture in my closet. It's gathering dust right now, and the edges have been folded once or twice. It doesn't look the same no more, 'cause the sun has made it pale. I used to have it hanging on my wall some time ago. A picture of you. You're standing by that window, playing your guitar, and if I close my eyes, I can almost hear your song. A picture of you. And I remember every day that I spent with you, the look you had upon your face when I said goodbye. I don't know why I let you go, but I was young and dumb, and all that I have left from that time is a picture of you. I could talk to you for hours, and we stay up all night, and when morning came we met.
I'm going to go ahead and get started on the soup since I knew it would take a little bit to cook down with the beans. I've got some celery there, some onion, and some carrot. I'm just finishing up cutting up the veggies. I am doing this in my electric skillet. I've had people ask why I don't use my stovetop a lot, and it's because it's run off propane, and right now, we're using the propane for heat and for water, and so we're just trying to save us a little extra money and just continue cooking with our, electric appliances. It just kind of helps save some money right now, and where we don't have to make as many trips to, go refill our propane tanks. Y'all know we've been dealing with some really cold weather, and so we're just trying to, use the propane for what we really, really need it for. But I decided to make some ham and bean soup. I got the 15 bean blend from Walmart. I had never tried it before, and I had wanted to give it a try. I ended up using about half of that bag of the ham and bean soup, and I just let those beans soak overnight. And I cooked my veggies down in some avocado oil. Once those were cooked down a little bit, I added in some minced garlic. And then here, I'm just adding in a whole carton of chicken broth. Chicken is the only thing I had on hand. If I had veggie or like ham broth, then I definitely would have used that, but we're just using what we have. And then I'm going to add in that half of the bag of beans. I'm pretty sure that was a 1 pound bag, so it'd be about a half a pound for this. And then I had a ham steak in the freezer, so I pulled it out the night before, thawed it, and then I've just kind of cut that into chunks, and I'm going to go ahead and add that in. For seasonings, I kept it simple, and I just did some pepper, Italian seasoning, like an Italian seasoning blend, and then I also added in some salt, but I did that closer to the end because I knew that the ham was salty, and so I didn't want it to be too salty, so I just salted to taste at the end once it was pretty much already cooked down. I let this cook for about 30 to 40 minutes, and as that broth, and the beans started cooking and it started thickening up, I just added another carton of chicken broth, and then I did the same thing. I let it cook down, and then the beans still weren't tender enough for my liking, so I ended up adding a home pint, because all I had here was a pint, and so I added in a pint of that. And so it ended up cooking for about an hour and a half total. And I just, kept an eye on it. I stirred it, just kept adding broth if I needed it to let those beans cook. But let me tell you, this was the best soup that I have made in a long time. It was so, so delicious, and I will definitely be making it again. After I got the soup started and while it was cooking down, we sat down and did our little Bible study, and then we made my mom a cake. We decided to make a applesauce cake. I had a bunch of applesauce in the pantry, and nobody in the family really loves applesauce, so I decided to go ahead and use that for that. I wasn't too sure about this recipe because it did call for quite a bit of applesauce, and I was worried that, the texture just wasn't going to be there. Y'all know how, it kind of is sometimes when you make recipes with applesauce, but y'all, this was another one that was absolutely delicious. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, it was actually like an apple muffin recipe, but we just did it in a cake pan, and then we added some homemade cream cheese icing on it. And let me tell you, it was so, so good. I ended up cutting it in half, and we kept a half here, and then my mom took half with her, and we did all cream cheese icing on ours, and then she wanted half cream cheese icing and half plain, because these were good, like just, by themselves without any icing at all. But I'm definitely going to add this recipe to my cookbook, my little notebook, because it was so good. Even Winston loved it.
I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are. But I don't know that much about you, what things you like and what you don't. It's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something for you. The way you look, the way you laugh, and how you move. It kinda makes me go.
I made some cornbread to go with our soup. I ended up just putting it in a crock pot to keep it warm while we were starting to work on the curtains and everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this process of the curtains, like, I did not film a lot of it because we had some, little stress issues, and I just forgot. Y'all, that's just how it is. You think things are going to be simple, but we ended up having some issues trying to get those boxes off, but we finally got it. And then we got, the curtains measured and cut in half and everything. So I ended up buying these curtains off of a Facebook friend, and I got 4 panels for $20. Well, the panels were long, and so I only needed short curtains, and so we ended up cutting them in half. So I have enough curtains to even do in our bedroom, so I'm gonna do those soon. But I loved that I spent $20. Of course I had to pay for the curtain rods, but like, this ended up being super cheap, and I absolutely love them. It is exactly what I wanted. I am so ready to just kind of start making this place feel a little homey. And it is hard, in my opinion, because you're in a tight space and it's hard to find, places to put things. And with Max, it's been hard, trying to put stuff up, because like I have been wanting to put stuff on the island just to kind of decorate it, but he's a wrecking ball and he keeps knocking it down. And so just being able to get these curtains up, and I know that it's not going to be any issue, it's up and out of the way, and it just really changes the whole vibe of this place, and I absolutely love it. I really hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for spending some time with us, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.